Hello and welcome to Code Football. Gian Piero Gasperini was born in 1958 and came through the youth ranks of Juventus, which he joined at the age of 9. Having graduated from the academy, Gasperini had a season with the senior team, featured in the Coppa Italia games, and then was loaned to Reggiana. In 1978 he transferred to Palermo, which played in Serie B. There he stayed for 5 seasons, then played for Caves and Pistoiese, and in 1985 he joined Pescara. He helped Pescara to advance to the top flight, stayed there 5 seasons and moved to Salernitana. The last team he played for before his retirement was Pesaro. Having retired as player, Gasperini took over as a football manager. Between 1994 and 2003 he was in charge of Juventus youth teams, firstly U14, then U17 and U20 squads. In 2003, he left Juventus to become head coach of Serie C1 club Crotone, where he readily guided his team to promotion to Serie B via the playoffs. He stayed at Crotone for 2 more seasons in Serie B. He was sacked during the 2004 to 2005 season but appointed back soon later. From 2006 he was head coach of ambitious club Genoa, and led his side to a promotion to Serie A in his first season with the Rossoblu. On June 24, 2011, Massimo Moratti confirmed that Gasperini would replace Leonardo as the manager of Inter Milan. However, on September 21, 2011, Gasperini was sacked after a dismal run of 5 winless games, including 4 defeats. On September 16, 2012, Gasperini was announced as the new manager of Palermo, a former team of his as a player, taking over from Giuseppe Sonnino. On September 29, 2013, Genoa announced to have rehired Gasperini after almost 3 years since his previous spell ended. On June 14, 2016, Gasperini was appointed manager of Atlanta. Gasperini, in contrast to the image of the cliched Italian manager, is an attack-minded coach. He most commonly favors a 3-4-1-2 formation and, for all of his attacking instincts, largely does so because he recognizes the importance of balance. If that 3-4-1-2 remains their nominal shape, it evolves into a 3-5-2 when they are attacking, and into a 5-3-2 when they are defending. His approach has developed as his career has progressed, but it is at Atlanta where he has been given the greatest freedom to apply it. Above all else, his teams attempt to dominate possession and prioritize generating and occupying spaces. His use of a back 3 is inspired by his desire to create an overload in the first phase of their attempts to build play, not because of the defensive strength it provides. The earliest passing lanes are bigger, and therefore often help produce more overloads further forwards. In those early combinations, his demands that his players operate at the correct distances from each other mean that a central defender will be inside the penalty area so that he can receive a short, accurate pass from the goalkeeper. The other 2 are positioned outside of it, so that they can progress possession into the 4 midfielders in front of them. 2 of that 4 are responsible for providing depth from the inside channels, the other 2 for providing their width. Through the first central defender receiving possession where he does, the striker leading the opponent's press is drawn into an area that gives Atlanta the passing options they require. It is when his teams progress into the attacking half that another phase of play begins. Their midfielders, with the reduced time and space that exists there, rotate positions and link with those further forwards. They also often adopt positions that encourage them to circulate possession with the intention of moving and unsettling their opponents, and creating defensive imbalances they then seek to take advantage of. Sequences of passes, from a wide to a central position and then from a central position to a wide one, are common, and executed by players with a high technical ability. Players for Atlanta. The attacking midfielder, particularly with his abilities when one-on-one, often becomes the key figure in them doing so, and provides their link into the final third. His positioning, intended to occupy the opposing central defenders and therefore to create time and space for his teammates, invites those around him to quickly move the ball. It is when the ball is progressed into a central area that they then often seek to play it into a wide one. Should they do so, their fullbacks and the attacking midfielder regularly advance particularly high up the pitch to play crosses into the penalty area. The variety, mobility, and unpredictability they offer, complemented with their numbers there, makes them difficult to defend against. As is consistent with his approach to attacking, Gasperini's teams are organized to protect themselves by dominating the ball. There are periods in which they rest with it, instead of working to defend behind it and close to their goal. If their opponents have it, they work to quickly regain it. If the ball is in their opponent's half, from their 3-5-2, Atlanta work to pressure their opposing defenders. If those opponents are also strong with the ball and they are instead being forced to defend close to their own goal, that 3-5-2 becomes a 5-3-2 in which they prioritize protecting the spaces that exist infield by playing with a narrow back five and deep-lying midfield. They apply an organized press, preferably immediately after regaining possession, to quickly resume their attempts to attack. Leading a compact shape, their most advanced players are the first to begin pressing, and their midfield and defensive lines adjust their distances accordingly. The first line of their press is led by their attacking players moving towards the relevant central defender, and is intended to force the opposition to play a direct game. Should they regardless play short, Atlanta's players advance with the intention of forcing the ball back towards their opponent's goal, where they hope to regain it and immediately attack. On the occasions that high press is beaten, they reorganize into a mid-block in an attempt to prevent their opponents from advancing. The players closest to the ball work to regain it and limit the passing lanes into midfield. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, click on like button and share it. Don't forget to subscribe to Code Football. Click on bell button to stay connected with the next videos. Leave your comment below. See also interesting videos from Code Football.